Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. My name is Boltor, and today I wanted to cover, what was it, update 0.95 that came out today. And this is a relatively big patch for reasons that don't really relate to gameplay, primarily because we get a friends list. Now, with a friends list, you'll be able to know when your friends are online. You'll be able to know what they're up to. You can check their rank. You can check just some of their stats. Now, how this works is you know someone's name in games. Say, I don't know, Senalian. See, and it pops right up down there. You can check out. You can send the friend request to them. You can challenge them while they're online. You can chat with them. I haven't used the chat system yet, just because no one I know is online at the moment, and yeah, pretty much no one I know is online at the moment. I sent a number of friend requests, but people haven't been online to accept them, and anyway. So you'll be able to talk with anyone in the game in your friends list. And by the way, anyone out there watching my videos, any of you guys who want to friend me, simply just type, click here, type Boltor. It's not going to pop up because you can't search yourself. But, if you send a friend request, I will certainly, as soon as I'm online, I'll accept it. Feel free to stop by and say, hey, how's it going? Ask me questions, critique my videos. Anything you guys want to do, I'm perfectly happy having 8,000 friends, people who just want to stop by and say hi, or what have you. So, the other changes that really came out today, there were a number of balancing changes that happened, but primarily, as you'll notice, there is kind of a weird bug where, like, oh look, it's Hands from Beyond. Nope, it's Hell Out of Your Rider. It's just a visual bug that happens the first time you scroll down through your collection. Like, I'll scroll down again, and as you can see, everything's fine. Hell Out of Your Rider is actually Hell Out of Your Rider, so it's just a little bug. It's nothing to be too concerned about. The main thing that I'm really happy about is a quick search. So if I want to find all the cards in my collection that have Lifebound, I type in Lifebound, boom. I want like everything with Deadly, boom. Super useful, super handy, makes deck building super easy, and much faster too. So why don't we get to the big news, the reason why pretty much make this video. I'm just doing a quick chant. For all of us who were confused by it, where is it? There it is. Though once each your turn has been replaced by once per turn, so that's always good. Proper English. But at any rate, we're going to go ahead and talk about the, 6, 7, 8 cards that were buffed, so to speak. Today's patch was a let's make unplayable cards playable patch, not a let's nerf really, really strong cards patch. So at any rate, the first one listed here, I've got the change log open on my phone here. So the first one's going to be Word of Power. And you see I can type in word of and I get all 6 of the word spells. Good news. Alright, so Word of Power. Still 2 mana, 1 level, just like all the word cards are. Each hero gains an empty mana crystal for each of your Dominion levels. Draw a card. I have absolutely no idea how to feel about this card. I like it. It's got a cool concept. I just have absolutely no idea where you'd play it. If you play it in an aggressive deck against a control matchup, you're helping them, because one of the things that limits a control deck is its mana. Not having enough mana to cast that Cataclysm, not having enough mana to cast that Infernal Tribute. So it seems like you're really helping a control deck. So then you think, oh, I'll play it in a control deck. But then, if you play it in a control deck against an aggro deck, then all of a sudden, then you're kind of giving them the ability to throw down their bigger aggressive creatures like Flame Serpent or Red Dragon, or I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying. the ability to, if you play this for 2 level or 2 mana crystals, then all of a sudden on your next turn or your opponent's next turn, they're throwing down like 2 extra goblin warriors, and that's 4 extra damage coming at you. It just, I mean, I think the primary place you're going to want to play this is a combo deck, but I don't really know of any combo decks that will play Dominion, especially not any combo decks that'll play 2 Dominion levels in order to get to any kind of real ability. I mean, right now what this is, what Word of Power is, assuming you're only playing it for 1 level, right now really what it is it's a it's kind of a, I'd call it a better power surge, primarily because it's not an empty mana crystal. It's just a, it's a usable mana crystal, but it's also, you're also drawing a card. So right now, unless you're playing it for 2 Dominion levels, which I'm not 100% sure why you would, it's kind of just a better power surge in a sense. I mean, yes, you're drawing a card, but you're also giving your opponent a mana crystal. So maybe this needs playing a combo deck. Maybe a combo deck arises after we get some more cards. I don't know, but I'm not 100% sure I see this card seeing a lot of play. Now the next, probably the other biggest one, is the change to Path of Transcendence. So it's 3 mana as opposed to 1. At the end of your turn, you may put a non-summoned creature you control under Path of Transcendence. Excuse me. So it's kind of the same. But how this works is at the start of your turn, or when Path is destroyed, you may pay 1 mana. If you do, return all cards under it to the field with the Might emblem, and they have Swift. So you could load up, you could load up a whole bunch of creatures under Path of Transcendence, and then one turn kind of throw everything on the board. Now, this is kind of like Keanu Reeves' power, the card goes away and can come back into, or it comes into play on a later turn. But another thing to keep in mind is this card can be used kind of with Hermelion, because if you're saving up for kind of a big OTK kind of blitz turn with Tireless March, then putting a bunch of creatures under Path of Transcendence to avoid them being killed, to avoid them, this has been happening a lot. So, to avoid them being killed, and avoid them being, weakened or bounced or what. So basically, it allows them to dodge removal. Alright, come on. There we go. So it allows them to dodge removal and makes them stronger for Hermelion's OTK. So I think the primary use of this card that I see coming out is in combination with like a Hermelion or a Keanu Reeves deck. And anyone who doesn't know what I mean by Keanu Reeves, I mean this guy. I don't know how to say Ayunu or Kayano or something like that. I just call him Keanu Reeves because he kind of looks like Keanu Reeves. But anyway, so that's Path of Transcendence. The next one is an interesting. A change to Bloodseeking Mutant. He's now a 2/2. He was a 1/3. No, wait. Was he a 2? I don't know. I know his. Let me read here. Oh, he was a 2/3. Now he's a 2/2. Okay. Once per turn, put a weakness emblem on a non-vampire creature. If you do, put a might emblem on Bloodseeking Mutant. Before, if you couldn't put an emblem on a non-vampire creature, he bounced back to your hand. Now he doesn't. So he is definitely better. And I had a lot of fun playing Bloodseeking Mutant in some of the budget decks that I played back in the day. And I think he's better now, and I'd love to see people kind of come up with an idea for this guy, because this guy can get really big, and he's really good against some elves and against some goblins. So, again, will this stop happening? Ugh. At any rate, so we're gonna while I wait for this to happen, hopefully it's just kind of the first time it doesn't work and then come back in. I might just have to... This is annoying. They even made the, one of the changes they made is that you don't get disconnected for inactivity until 45 minutes into the, into playing, so I can record videos longer now, at any rate. So let's do this quick before that happens again. So, next, real quick, disarm. It now lasts until end of turn, not just until the end of combat. So now, it works if your opponent is playing Hermelian. You know, the 2 creatures that have 0 attack don't get it refreshed when they play Tireless March and get to attack anyway. So that's good. We've Flamebringer Shaman is no longer called Flamebringer Shaman. It's now called Offering Yard Priest. It's now a 1/1 for 2 as opposed to, I think it was a 1/3 speed 1 for 3 and 2 levels. Offering Yard Priest has +1/+1 for each totem you control and in each totem in your graveyard. So more totem synergy. A lot like Raki Tribe Mystic. So let's hope this makes Shaman a little more playable. I still think the big thing that Shaman is missing is another aspect with Shamans in it. Like, we have elves in multiple aspects, we have soldiers in multiple aspects. Those are the 2 that are kind of work the best together. And so I think maybe if we just had like some nature shaman or maybe even like wisdom shaman or something, we might see shaman become a much stronger archetype. Next we have the journeyman of Spellweaver, the guy who's been changed I think more than any other card, Dust Titan. So I believe his stats here along the left are all the same. At the start of turn, gain 1 energy, so he starts with 4. Whenever Dust Titan gains energy, put a Might emblem on it, and still pay 2 shock an enemy creature. So if you play Gnome Power Engineer, kill something and put it into his energy, he'll still only gain, even though he might gain like 4 energy, you still only get 1 Might emblem on him. So he's going to gain a Might emblem every turn, and he's going to get bigger and bigger as time goes on, and he's going to be able to kind of deal with blockers because of the shock power. So it's really interesting. I really hope this guy sees play. I've always loved him as kind of Wisdom's big finisher, but Wisdom hasn't always needed big finishers because Wisdom's always splashed with something else. But I'm really excited to see what people can do with Dust Titan, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm rushing this just a little bit just because I don't want to get randomly disconnected again. Spectral Aurite had a minor change to him. He now starts with 3 energy as opposed to 2, so when you play him he's a 3/3. Pretty much he's remained completely unchanged as opposed to that, so basically he gets +1 attack. And then the last change is actually to a hero, Burke the Grinning Orc. His ability now, his cooldown is now 3 turns instead of 4. So, I mean, the sad part is he's pretty much played only as a hero for an aggressive deck, and Zash is the Annihilator is just a kind of straight up better, just because A, it's burn to the face, and B, it's kind of board control. So, I'm not 100% sure if Burke will find a niche somewhere, but we'll see. Anything else that I really feel like I should mention? Nope, not that I can see on the list here. A couple of UI visual updates, just like this is now cross swords as opposed to the faces, because the faces are now for your friends list. At any rate, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Again, I'm sorry I kind of rushed the end of it. Oh, we got like little stained glass kind of shiny wood here on the back instead of Grand Reunion art. At any rate, guys, that's going to do it for me for this video. I'm sorry I kind of rushed to the end, but that's just pretty much because I kept getting randomly disconnected, as you guys saw, and I didn't want that to happen again and have to sit there and wait for it for me to log in again. I'd re-record, but again, I have such limited time to do my recordings during the day, especially on days that I don't have scheduled for recording, like Tuesdays and Fridays. So this is kind of my one shot. I believe anyone who watched my last video, the Token Horde video, knows that I had some issues with OBS. I believe I've got them sorted out, and I think it shows through in this video. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch this video. Primarily what I did before for the last couple videos, especially ones that are like 40-45 minutes long, is I'll skip to random points in it to check the audio levels, to check the video quality. And when I did that with the last video, everything seemed perfectly fine, you know? Everything, every time I looked at something, the animation was fine. There wasn't any lagging, there wasn't any freezing, there wasn't any skipping. So everything seemed fine, and I apologize for my last video, but I'm really hoping that I get it fixed this time. I do have something lined up for tomorrow, so expect a video Friday. And that's pretty much it. It's going to be it's going to be a deck spotlight video tomorrow. I haven't picked which deck, though I have been having a lot of fun with a Keanu deck, so maybe I'll do that one. But who knows? Maybe someone messages me and says, hey, I'm having a lot of fun with one of the new changed cards, and I'd love to cover one of those. So at any rate, guys, that's going to do it for me. My beagle just woke up, so he probably needs to go out, so this is a perfect time for me to end it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe, the whole nine. We do have a date for an estimated date for the Steam release, so that's exciting. And check the forums for updates about this patch and about possible bugs and about, a little more detail than I could go into in this video about the changes that were made today. Chat system, friend system, awesome. I can't wait to, make full use of it, to be chatting with friends during games and everything. And again, like I said, if you want to friend me, I will accept any and all friend requests that come my way. Just, go to the search bar, type in Boltor, hit enter, send the friend request, and as soon as I'm on, I will check it out, and I will make sure to accept any friend requests sent my way. So thank you guys so much for watching. May the cards rise to meet you, and bring good RNG to your enemies' enemies.